Counting down toward the kickoff here at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Detroit Lions and the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. We go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Play action now. Jackson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing moved.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
In motion, it's Jefferson. 3rd and short, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And they'll get about 8 out of that one. The still a little work to do now on third down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That is caught by the tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Eagles. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown. That is a dream start for this offense.
Is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They bring Chase in motion. Allen gonna throw to get things going. To the left side, caught by Chase. No chance to get away. He's gonna be knocked out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he is not going to get away. He might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Gun, here's Allen. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Picked up a 14 and a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
So after one, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Lions ball to begin the second quarter. Second down, 8 to go from the 28 as we are ready to get back underway. To the air on second down, here's Allen. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to be third down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions.
And what what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready now for their second drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The all-pro Cameron Heyward. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Jackson looking to throw. Saquon Barkley. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and a long way to go. Now it's Jackson. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Is taken at his own 30. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Allen now on 2nd down. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
To the air on 3rd down. Here's Allen. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to. Certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this first half. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
The sideline erupted. They thought that was an easy 6, but instead, it was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity for the offense, and he has his head down just in disbelief.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. Rolling right. Taking, and he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Detroit. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. To the outside. Catch made by Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll step up and run. So hard to get a shot on Jackson. Gave himself up there after picking up the first down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. That's a short one. Caught by Bowers.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Jackson. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They bring Chase in motion. And first down, Allen. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Allen on 3rd down. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. Some pretty good speed coming off the line there, and it helped him disrupt that draw. Well, I don't even think disrupting is the right word. He flat out stopped the draw, handing them a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's catch 3 just on this drop, and it gets his team a first down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. There he goes again.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit. Like, there was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. Passing right side, and Chase has it. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. 14 on the pickup. First down, Detroit.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground You break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. So they go with a first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
A loss of 6 yards. And it's 4th down.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Woo! And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he's tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
8 yards.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Second down, Jackson. In trouble, and down he goes. That is the Pro Bowler, Jeffrey Simmons. Gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down. They'll drop to throw. Looking right side. He's got a receiver. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 11-yard line.
Now, second and 4. From the gun, Jackson. This one caught at the 4. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with first and goal.
And the Eagles first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
To the air one more time with Jackson. To the goal line and in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
The onside kick recovered by the
All right,
Lions.
good effort. Just doesn't work out. But it's not over. Remember, they still got 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got to use them quickly. They've got to get 3 stops, force a punt, and see what happens when the offense gets the ball.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Brings up second and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, here's Allen. Back over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And he will score! Sam Laporta! Touchdown, Lions!
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. the touchdown. It's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. A pass complete there to Smith. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
It is 2nd and a yard. Here's Jackson. To the outside, he's got Jefferson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. The quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
A first down throw for Jackson. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Again, it's Jackson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Jackson up top again. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. And in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Philadelphia, good night.